In life, truth is simple, but not always easy. Sometimes one small lie feels harmless, even helpful. But that one moment of weakness can change everything. This story will remind you that the truth may hurt for a moment, but lies hurt forever. There once lived a young carpenter named Leo in a quiet mountain village. He wasn't rich, but he was proud of his work. Every chair he carved, every table he built, carried a piece of his heart. People said, if Leo made it, it will last a lifetime. He had learned carpentry from his father, who always told him, son, wood has a soul. If you cheat it, it remembers. Those words stayed with Leo all his life, until one day, fear made him forget. One cold morning, a wealthy merchant named Mr. Rowan rode into the village. His clothes were fine, his carriage polished, and he spoke with authority. Are you Leo the carpenter? He asked. Yes, sir, Leo replied, wiping his hands on his apron. I've heard of your craftsmanship. I need a cabinet made of pure oak. No mixing, no cheap wood. It's for my daughter's wedding. 3 days from now. Leo hesitated. 3 days is very little time, sir. Oak is hard to find. Mr. Rowan dropped a heavy bag of gold coins on the table. Finish it on time, and there's more where that came from. Leo agreed. After all, that amount of money could change his life. He could buy new tools, fix his leaking roof, maybe even hire help. The next morning, Leo went to the forest but found only a few pieces of oak, not enough. The wood trader told him, the storm last week ruined most of the good logs. You'll have to wait till next month. Leo's heart sank. Waiting wasn't an option. The deadline loomed closer. Back at his workshop, his friend Eli, a blacksmith, stopped by. You look worried, Eli said. Leo explained everything. Eli thought for a moment. Use pine, he suggested. It looks close to oak once you stain it dark. The merchant will never notice. Leo frowned. But that's lying. Eli shrugged. It's business, Leo. You're not stealing. You're just surviving. Those words planted a small seed of doubt in Leo's heart. That night, Leo couldn't sleep. He sat staring at the oak planks he had, counting them again and again. It wasn't enough. The whisper in his mind grew louder. It's just one lie. Everyone does it. He'll never know. The next morning, Leo gave in. He used pine for most of the cabinet and a thin layer of oak on the outside. When it was done, it looked perfect, smooth, polished, shining under the sunlight. When Mr. Rowan came to inspect it, he smiled. You're a man of your word, Leo. This is beautiful. Leo forced a smile. His hands trembled slightly as he took the payment. That night, he told himself, I'll never do this again. But deep down, a quiet guilt began to grow. A week later, heavy rain poured over the village. Lightning cracked across the sky. The next morning, Leo heard loud banging on his door. It was Mr. Rowan. His face was red with anger, his clothes soaked. You cheated me, he roared. The cabinet collapsed in the storm. The wood swelled. It's not oak. Leo stood frozen. His mouth went dry. I trusted you, the merchant continued. I was planning to order more furniture from you, for my daughter's new home. Now everyone will know what kind of man you are. He threw a handful of broken cabinet pieces on Leo's floor and stormed away. Leo stood there in silence, staring at the wood. The same pine he thought no one would notice. Word spread quickly. In small villages, news travels faster than the wind. Leo lied, people whispered. He used cheap wood and called it oak. Orders stopped coming. Friends stopped visiting. Even children who once watched him carve toys stayed away. Leo tried to keep working, but every time he picked up his tools, his hands trembled. His father's words echoed in his mind. If you cheat the wood, it remembers. He had cheated not just the wood, but himself. Weeks later, Leo packed the broken cabinet into his cart. He worked day and night to rebuild it, this time with real oak. Every cut, every joint, every stroke of polish was an act of apology. When he finished, he carried it to Mr. Rowan's house himself. The merchant looked shocked. I didn't ask for another one, he said coldly. I know, Leo replied quietly, but I owed you the truth. I don't want your money, only your forgiveness. Mr. Rowan didn't respond immediately. He studied Leo's face, saw the dark circles under his eyes, the roughness of his hands, the quiet sincerity in his voice. After a long pause, he nodded slowly. Keep your gold, Leo said, turning to leave. Wait, the merchant called out. You made a mistake, but not many men have the courage to face it. Months passed. Slowly, people heard about what Leo had done. They began to bring him work again, small jobs at first, then bigger ones. He never bragged. He never spoke about the past. But everyone who walked into his workshop could feel the difference. His work had soul again. Leo would tell young apprentices, "A lie might save your name for a day. The truth will save your heart for a lifetime." And every time he saw a new piece of wood, he whispered, "I'm sorry for forgetting." This story reminds us that honesty isn't just about what we say, it's about who we become. Leo's lie cost him everything, but his courage to make it right gave him back his peace. Because in the end, a single lie may seem small, but it carries the weight of our soul. And the truth, no matter how hard, will always set us free. A lie saves you once. The truth saves you forever.